What's up, guys? This is still live, and I'm inside of Borderlands here, and we're going to be starting a playthrough on our Twitch channel, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. And we're going to be doing a multiplayer playthrough. Me and Oliver Doom are going to be doing that, and we're going to be playing as the Gunzerker and the Psycho. And so I'm going to go over what I think should be the essential skills for the Gunzerker, and then I'm going to go over the Psycho. I know there's a lot of guides out there which are like specific builds, but we figured we'd do something a little different. The essential skills that you should always spec into, pretty much no matter what, you're always going to want when you do this. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with Inconceivable. This gives you a chance to not consume ammo. This is a really good skill, especially early on. The shotgun that you get from this chest actually usually is only a one shot. And you may not really have it by that time, but there are a lot of one-shot shotguns and a couple of things, and just in general, not consuming ammo is a really good thing. So now we're going to go down to last longer, increase your gun zerking duration. We definitely want this one. These two skills right here are still good skills, but they're not nearly as essential as these two skills. And then we're going to go into I'm Ready Already. This is another essential skill because it increases the gunzerking cooldown rate by 25%, which means you're going to be gunzerking a lot more using this skill. Next, we're going to go over here and we're going to go into Locked and Loaded. This is going to give you that fire rate bonus of plus 25%. Great skill to have. Definitely want that over Quick Draw. The critical hit damage really isn't enough, and the weapon swap speed, especially later on in the game, you're not going to be using that as much. It may be worth specking into, but not nearly as much as Locked and Loaded. Then we're going to go into I'm Your Huckleberry. This pistol damage and pistol reload speed is going to be really useful, especially if you're using something like Hyperion weapons. And if you use two Hyperion pistols, this is really, really great for that because you get that extra pistol damage and the reload speed from that. And then we're going to go into Money Shot. Definitely want Money Shot. This is great to have right here. You get that extra 400% damage, especially when you've got the minimum magazine size for that, and then having that along with Inconceivable means that you can actually Money Shot chain if your shields are down. Okay, next we're going to go into Hard to Kill. This increases your maximum health. And then we're going to go into I'm the Juggernaut, which is going to give you that passive damage reduction right there. And this is maximum health, and actually does some regeneration of your health. And then you want this for the damage reduction. And then we're going to go into Fistful of Hurt. And then is this skill right here. And unfortunately, we do not have enough skill points at the present time to spec into this, which is Ain't Got Time to Bleed. You regenerate health, and the lower your current health, the more powerful the regeneration is going to be here. So that's the last skill that you want. These are all the essential skills for the Gunzerker, and I'm going to switch over to the Psycho and go ahead and go over those essential skills, and I will be right back.
Icons.
Okay, guys, I am back here with the Psycho, and Oliver Doom is going to be playing the Psycho for this playthrough, and this is the skills that he feels is essential for the Psycho. For multiplayer, a couple of these only will work a little bit better in single player, and you may have some issues with them on multiplayer, and so I'm going to explain those. For the most part, though, these are essential for both multiplayer and single player. So first of all, we're going to go into Pull the Pin. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's 1 point. You die, you drop a free grenade. You get double XP. If it kills someone, 1 point. Definitely one that you always want to spec into. The next one that we're going to go into is Feed the Meat. This gives you plus 50% maximum health, but it does decrease your shield recharge delay. It adds an extra 2.5 seconds to it. This may not be one that you want. Oliver Doom feels like this is definitely an essential skill. Because of the extra health, he feels like it outweighs the shield recharge delay. And I feel the same. This is definitely a skill that you should pick up. Next one we've got here is the Fuel the Rampage. This adds 100% cooldown recharge boost, and when you are damaged by health, you recharge your buzz axe even faster. The downside is you can take some friendly fire damage, and if you're playing in multiplayer, single player, no brainer. If you're playing in multiplayer and you've got friends that are going to down you a lot on purpose and just mess with you, or your friends aren't going to pay attention, and you just don't want to deal with the friendly fire damage, this may not be one that you want to spec into. But it adds almost an instant recharge to your Buzz X Rampage when you're specting this skill. Not quite, but if you are being damaged when you exit the Buzz X Rampage, you'll get it back really quickly. So we both feel that this is a very essential skill. The next one that you're going to spec into is Thrill of the Kill. So this returns up to 90% of overkill damage's health. No brainer. Every time that you do any kind of overkill at all, you're going to get 90% of that back as health, which is really nice. You're definitely going to want this one. The next one is blood-filled guns. So you're going to get extra magazine size for every stack of bloodlust, and dealing damage adds stacks of bloodlust, and they decay after a few seconds. There's kind of a toss-up between these two, but blood-filled guns feels like it's more essential to both me and Oliver Doom. Blood Twitch to us is not as essential, but you can really pick either of these. To us, Blood-Filled Guns is definitely an essential skill here. So next we're going to go into Taste of Blood. So during Buzz X Rampage, all damage you suffer is reduced. This gives you max damage reduction of 50%, plus you can get 30 more stacks of 30 more stacks of Bloodlust per kill. So this one's definitely one that you want. And then next we're going to go to Buzz Axe Bombardier. You get dynamite attached to your Buzz Axe. You're throwing your Buzz Axe does a lot more damage now, whereas before you weren't going to be doing much damage when you weren't expected into this. Then we're going to go into Fuel the Blood. Normally I wouldn't recommend a kill skill for multiplayer, but this one's actually a fairly good skill. When you kill an enemy with melee, which you're going to be doing a lot, you're going to get some extra grenade damage. So per stack of Bloodlust, you get plus 1% damage, and you get plus 10 Bloodlust stacks with this. The next one that we're going to go into, and these are kind of hard to recommend at all, but you're going to want to spec your skills into this tree because of the extra damage reduction you're going to get. So first we're going to go into Burn Baby Burn. So you get plus 35% burn damage, additional bonus to burn damage when on fire, and then you get a chance to ignite yourself, which is 35%. That's the reason these are kind of hard to recommend, because some people aren't going to want to deal with this, but the damage reduction that we're going to get later on is actually really worth speccing into these skills. So here's where the damage reduction comes in. We're going to go into Numb Nerves, which is going to give you damage reduction when on fire plus 50%. This is definitely one that you want to spec into. That damage reduction is great. And then we're going to go to Delusional Damage. So all elemental status effects you cause have a chance to light yourself on fire. And then that's going to feed into this Numb Nerves. So you deal any kind of elemental status effect, including slag, and you have a chance to light yourself on fire. And then you're going to get that damage reduction from that. And so these are all the skills that we consider to be the essentials for the Psycho, and the Gunzerker was before, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Come check out our playthrough. We're going to link the Twitch account down below. We'll also link our Twitter so that you can follow us on Twitter, and hope you guys come and enjoy the playthrough.